I made a solemn promise at the election to return economic and fiscal stability to the economy, and that is anchored around the fiscal rules that say that we will pay for day-to-day spending through tax receipts and that we will get debt down as a share of GDP. Subject to that, invest in those things to help grow our economy. And it's been those commitments to economic and fiscal stability that have enabled 5 cuts in interest rates so far and seen wages rise at a faster rate than prices, something that we didn't experience very often under the last Conservative government. So those commitments to the fiscal rules, to economic stability, they absolutely stand. We'll respond to the budget with a budget on the 26th of November.
I'm asking whether or not some of those manifesto pledges should be considered to be movable. Time has passed, that there's a lot of pressure on the finances. Do you think it's worth looking again at some of those taxes you'd pledged not to increase, the big levers, if you will?
Well, first of all, you made the point about long-term borrowing costs, and look, there are global headwinds at the moment. We can see that the world has changed hugely since the last election, and borrowing costs for all economies, certainly at the long end of the curve, have gone up, often significantly, and we're not immune to that in Britain as an open trading economy. But those manifesto commitments we made in the manifesto 15 months ago, those commitments stand, and the reason we made those commitments was because working people had been the ones that bore the brunt of the economic mismanagement of the previous government, and I want to make working people better off, which is why we made those commitments and why we stand by those commitments that we made in the manifesto.